Emerald Downs Weekly on Comcast Sportsnet, back for another week of thoroughbred racing talk and action from Emerald Downs. Joe Withey along with track announcer Matt Dinnerman and promotions manager Gary Doherty. Hi, fellas.
How are we doing?
Hey,
good to be here.
Good. Matt, good to have you and Gary as well. We got several topics to discuss. First of all, what's going on at the track this weekend? Always something going on, a 70-day season. We're coming up on week number 4. What can the fans expect this weekend, Gary?
Well, another big Fab Friday.
Yeah.
We'll have live music. Should be a nice day that night, I believe. The Excellent Heroes will be out playing here in front of the Winner's Circle. Also, we have the $1,000 horseshoe contest. And last weekend was pretty close, wasn't it, Joe? Somebody throwing a ringer.
I thought so. Gary has got that horseshoe contest toss back at Emerald Downs, and it's a nice addition to Friday nights. We had a great crowd last Friday, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we did.
Really
Just
nice.
a terrific crowd. Our first Fab Friday of the season. Of course, they were out here getting their T-shirts, and boy, people were having a lot of fun. You could hear all the way from the 6th floor people cheering their horse home down the lane. So when you can hear that from up there, that's a good thing.
Yeah, excellent crowd for our first Fab Friday. Racing starts at 6:30 Friday nights at Emerald Downs. Live music, the $1,000 horseshoe toss, beverage specials, and of course, live racing action at Emerald Downs. And looking forward to that. The Pick 7 starts right in the first race on Friday nights. And after that, the Kentucky Derby's just around the corner. You got your Derby pick? We'll get that in a moment. But the Derby's on May 6th, the week from this weekend.
Yeah, May 6th should be a big day out here, Joe. We have a bunch of contests. We got best dressed outfits for the boys and girls. Also a hat contest. Wear your best hat so the women can go and get a fancy hat. And you can win. We have some voucher money and some prizes given away that day for people who dress up the best.
May 6th, Kentucky Derby Saturday, and that'll take care of itself. We'll stop and watch the Kentucky Derby on the big screen and continue racing that day. You'll be busy.
Our giant infield board, we'll be busy. We'll be talking about the Derby, watching of all the prep races. It's a real good card on Kentucky Derby Day at Churchill too, Joe and Gary. Just a lot of stakes races. So people come out here. Not only do they get to watch those races, of course, they get to watch Emerald Downs, and we always have a good card on Derby Day.
We do, and we have quite an eclectic crowd. I mean, we've got buses and limos from Seattle, well-dressed people looking to make that $2 score on the Kentucky Derby, hoping for a Mind That Bird type payoff or a Giacomo. But Derby Day action will start right here at 2 p.m. on Kentucky Derby Saturday, live racing. We'll be open early, actually 7 a.m.
You can get a mint julep.
Yeah. You got bourbon in there?
Yeah, a little bit of bourbon, but come out and get your Kentucky Derby class. That's a tradition.
Okay.
You going to have one of
Derby
those,
Day.
Gary? Not on the job.
No, well,
Okay.
not likely.
Hey, and then Mother's Day is always big at Emerald Downs, and that's coming up on Sunday on May 14th. Your folks have made a couple pilgrimages up to Emerald Downs since you started here. You going to see them this year?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they'll be up here probably on Mile Day at the very least. They love Mile Day. Of course, the electricity is just unbelievable here, and I wish my mom could come up on Mother's Day, but she'll be up another time, I'm sure. So it's always a fun time, and people that come here, no matter where they're from, they always say they love it, and my parents are no exception.
You know, we've added some nice things to Mother's Day, and tell the folks a little bit of what to expect that day.
Yeah, well, it's a bunch of prize drawings for different restaurants, different kind of stuff will be given away all through the card. Wonderful buffet on the 5th floor. Well, that's a big talker every year, and make sure you get reservations in because we have not as many seats as we used to. We're down on tables because of the new casino, but it should be a wonderful day of racing. And come hungry. It's a wonderful buffet.
Yeah, and another nice touch on Mother's Day, Debbie and Rick Pabst, who operate Blue Ribbon Farm in Buckley, they bring out a mare and a brand new foal every year on Mother's Day, and the mother and foal are in the paddock for several minutes. You can get a really nice close-up look of them, and we'll parade them on the track as well. That's a Mother's Day tradition, a mare and a brand new foal, and of course, foals are born right about this time of the year, so they're sometimes 2 weeks old.
Absolutely. Actually, I saw a 2-week-old yesterday at the farm. Yeah, I went with a good friend Tara, and of course, last year we had Brown here, and Brown was a producer. She's produced a ton of runners, and a lot of them have gone on to win a bunch of races. So her and her new foal, or whichever mare is here this year, it's always really fun, and maybe you see a star of the future in there.
That's right. Okay, so Mother's Day, May 14th. Outstanding buffet. Treat Mom. Give the track a call, and you can set up your reservations for Mother's Day, May 14th. Then after that, we're not too far from different type of racing at Emerald Downs.
Yeah, for the first time in the Northwest, I believe, ostrich and camel racing right here live for about a 100-yard dash. And in fact, I think one of the jockeys might be here at this table.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's a rumor that Matt Dierman might be hopping aboard either an ostrich or a camel. Have you figured out what side you're going to go on?
I'm not sure yet. I just know one guarantee, and that's going to be that I will be overweight for that race. I don't think I can make 120.
Who's going to call the race?
That's we're gonna have to figure that one out.
Matt's jockey career might already be over. But okay, so that's ostrich and camel races on Sunday, May 21st here at Emerald Downs. And speaking of the Kentucky Derby, your horse that you picked a couple weeks ago is still right there near the top of the list.
He's still doing it. Always Dreaming, a nice horse there, and Always Dreaming was so impressive in the Florida Derby in a crop where really you can't really seem to figure out who's going to be a standout in this Kentucky Derby. We looked for one, there wasn't, and now I'm going with the horse that was most impressive, Florida Derby winner, Always Dreaming, a son of Bodemeister.
Todd Fletcher, the trainer, looking for his second Derby win. I've been sticking with the same horse every week.
True. Where's Phil at?
Well, this week I'm going with Hence. Who won that Sunland Derby, beat IRAP and looked pretty good, and I might be stealing your pick. Who do you like?
Well, if Tappert gets in, I'm rooting for Tappet to win. Tappett's led the nation in grade stakes every year for the last 3 years.
Wow.
He's never won the Derby. So I think he's only got Tappert right now, but I'll be rooting for one of the grays.
Okay. Gary is on Tappert still. Hopefully your horse gets in. More information on that next week. We'll be right back on Emerald Downs Weekly. Emerald Downs Weekly, 8 to 9, every Thursday night right here on CSN. And, of course, you can catch Emerald Downs live racing from Emerald Downs every Saturday starting at 2 p.m. as well. And that has been a standard on Comcast Sportsnet for several seasons now. Hey, we're looking forward to this weekend. We'll be talking about that. Fab Friday tomorrow night at 6:30, racing Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. But hey, last week, some of the better horses came out and were in action. We started on that Fab Friday night. How about Mr. Breeze and trainer Alan Bozell? That horse could have been played. He could have, would have, should have.
Yes.
But he has a trend going, and it worked again last Friday.
Yeah, 3 years in a row now. His very first race of the year, he's went on to win. This year, what he paid, 9-1 over $20 mutual. I gave him to some friends out here that night, and we bet some tries and supers, and we just missed a try and super, but they were smart. They bet him to win in place.
Very good. Yeah, 9-1, Mr. Breeze. 3 consecutive years he's won his first out. He is one of those win-type horses, Matt. I believe he's 9 for 28 lifetime now. You called him last year.
He's just a hard-knocking horse, no matter what level he runs at, no matter when, where, under the lights during the day, he just runs. And out of a nice producer, Skylar May, who actually had a baby just a couple of days ago.
Very good. Skylar May was a winner here in our early seasons at Emerald Downs back in the late 90s. And Saturday's racing got off to a crazy start. The first 2 races were minor upsets at 5-1, but how about that trainer and the start of her career?
Mary Tate, she's been on the backstretch for a while, but she just got her trainer's license this year. She had 3 starters on that day. That was her first 3 starters, and she won with the first 2. Many Shades of Grey and also Papa Frank, both who are siblings. So that was really special. And Mary Tate, she told me, I talked to her a couple days ago, and she said that was one of the greatest days of my life. I mean, just such an amazing, amazing day for her.
It had to be. She is a horse gal, been around a little bit, but she got her trainer's license. So the horses started in her name, and she won her first 2 starts right back to back. Many Shades of Grey, and then, of course, Papa Frank was in a duel, and there was a little bit of what you might call minor controversy in that race.
There's some bumping through the turn and into the stretch, and Big Hat Charlie, who passed the wire first, he was disqualified, and Papa Frank got put up to make her 2 for 2 for the day. And I remember Papa Frank when he came out here and ran for like 7,500, and he competed at every notch up the class level. And this was a nice allowance race, 25,000 claimer. Yeah. So this horse is just gutsy. He runs every time, and that was a Rocco on the Big Hat Charlie, who horse kind of spooked out a little bit, and but it was a great race, and what a weekend for Mary.
Oh my gosh, tremendous start. Was the Trifecta King needing Big Hat Charlie there?
That's right. The Trifecta King went down in flames on that race. Yeah.
Well, you're still off to a darn good start.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Mary Tate and those two brothers. Nice picture of those two together as they met for the first time just 10 days ago or so in Mary Tate's barn, both out of that mare Tyalinga. Many Shades of Gray and Papa Frank. That was a nice moment, those brothers meeting.
Oh, that was really cool. Mary Tate got that snapshot when they first met. Of course, Mary Tate was able to purchase Many Shades of Gray. She already had Papa Frank of all last year. She owned the horse. And their sibling there, Sweet Ray of Sunshine at Aqueduct, that same day, race 2, won. And she's a Gray as well. Tyalinga with 3 wins for her babies.
That might end up in Ripley's at some point. And one dam having 3 winners on one day. Okay, well, congrats there. And later on Saturday, Rio Norte won that third race. And Rio Norte by Harbor the Gold out of You Can't Take Me. Nice breeding for Washington, for sure.
Oh, fantastic. I remember You Can't Take Me. And with 03, she was 4 for 4. Swept all the stakes races for her division. Was named Horse of the Year here at Emerald Downs. And she was in for a tag over the weekend for 25,000, and he ran very impressively, and no takers, so he's back in the same barn.
Yeah, Dr. Mark DiDomenico owned, Mike Puich trained, Rio Norte, very impressive career debut for that colt, 3-year-old first-time starter, won impressively, and of course the feature race on Saturday, Prime Engine, our Gottstein and Derby winner at ages 2 and 3. Last year he didn't win. He put up some good efforts, but wow, he was sensational Saturday.
He was terrific. A 5-year-old making his 5-year-old debut here at Emerald Downs, and he went straight to the lead. One thing that was really impressive was he went straight into the gate this time, and they gelded him over the offseason. Maybe that helped, but he went straight into the gate. That told us right there, you know what, I'm ready to roll today. That's what he was saying. And he popped out of there, went straight to the lead, and went so fast and was able to put away the press, and they went head and head. And Barkley ran a huge race running on a track where a lot of the speed was holding up, but Barkley certainly didn't lose any admirers, but Prime Engine was long gone, and he ran an absolutely amazing race.
Tremendous. Barkley nipped Mach 1 rules for second. We saw that happen a lot last year, but that was a tremendous run by Prime Engine and Mike Puich trainee as well, Dr. Mark DiDomenico. And then on Sunday, how fast do those feet of Invested Prospect go during a horse race, Gary? Pretty fast.
That was something else. I looked up, and on the backside, she opened up 4 or 5, about 200 yards in the race, it seemed like, and she was long gone and just loving the mud and just getting through it like no problem. Very impressive, and she's got to be one of the big favorites here when the stakes races start getting going next month.
Yeah, she's looking at the Hastings, I'm sure, trainer Blaine Wright, and the Hastings on May 21st. Invested Prospect now 7 for 7 in sprint races, Matt.
She hasn't done anything wrong going one turn, and she's just so fast. She has such a high cruising speed. It's just hard to catch up to her. She can sprint 6, even when she went 6.5, and she was fine. She is just so fast.
Oh, those feet move fast. Speaking of the trainers, Blaine Wright, Mike Puich, right up there at the top of the training standings. Blaine is 6 for 12, last year's leading trainer, 6 for 12. 50% batting average, and how about 11 out of 12 in the top 3, and Mike Puich remains at 50% as well. He's won with 4 of 8 starters. Those guys off to hot starts.
They were ready to go with their horses this year, and Blaine had a few that he shipped up here that were race fit from Golden Gate, but he's just so good at putting his horses in the right spots, and Mike is obviously very good at getting his runners ready to go off of layoffs, so they've done a really good job, and we look for more wins from them this year.
That Mike Puich's horse, Prime Engine, of all the 5.5 furlong races we run here in 22 years, that was the 3rd fastest in track history at 1 minute .10. Third fastest. Very impressive.
Very good. Rocco Bowen continues to lead the jockey standings over his pick, Alishka Kubanova, but Rocco has ridden 52 of the 54 races offered so far at Emerald Downs. We'll be right back on Emerald Downs Weekly. Thanks for joining us on Emerald Downs Weekly, 8 to 9 every Thursday in this 2017 season at Emerald Downs. Well, Kentucky Derby Day, May 6th. The next day, Sunday, May 7th, we're going to start our stake schedule. $50,000 for 3-year-old fillies in the Seattle Stakes. And stakes races get everybody's blood going, especially, of course, if you're involved. But those of us in media and fans of the racing, we love the stakes races. And I think that Seattle Stakes shapes up as a real interesting race.
It's a really nice race. We've got a lot of really nice fillies here this year, especially 3-year-old fillies, and that's what we see in the Seattle Stakes. You've got Retreat Yourself, who's coming off a big allowance win. You've got Risque's Legacy, the top 2-year-old filly last year.
Yeah.
She's making her debut, just worked 111 and change out of the gate for Tom Wenzel, so she's ready to go. And a couple of Blaine Wright runners actually shipping up from Northern California, speaking with one of the jockey agents. Alliford Bay, a $140,000 purchase. She broke her maiden very nicely in her only start at Golden Gate. And rumor has it that she's heading up here to take a stab at stakes competition. And then Regionella, who's done a lot of good down south as well in Northern California. So it should be a fun race.
Listen to Matt. Matt's in motion back in the stable area. More on that. But, this is going to be a heck of a race. How about Blazing Beauty, last year's 2-year-old champion here at Emerald Downs?
Yeah, very impressive. Won the Gottstein by, I think 6 lengths. A huge one that day. And I think, Joe, doesn't the Seattle Handicap or the Seattle Stakes now date back to 1934 at Law Anchors? It's got great history, and this edition should be fantastic. And the rumor is the honorary stewards could be the Seafair Pirates. Wouldn't that be fun? Could get the Seafair Pirates out here on that afternoon.
Most definitely. Gary is going to bring in a tie to hydroplane racing somehow, if he can. And the Pirates, of course, prominent during Seafair and the races.
Yep.
But, that'll be great. How about Always Enough? Tim McCanna trainee debuted with a 10-length victory here at Emerald Downs. She's a Washington-bred filly, and we might see her in that Seattle Stakes as well.
It sure looks like it. It's hard to miss her with that big white blaze out there, but she was purchased for $77,000, which is a high price for a Washington-bred. And she certainly proved to us that day in her first race that maybe she was worth the money. She went straight to the lead, was very quick, and opened up on the field, won by 10 lengths for Tim McCanna. That was a nice win.
That was very, very impressive, and she won on opening weekend, so Always Enough might be in that Seattle Stakes, which is shaping up as a really good kickoff to the stakes races here at Emerald Downs. Well, maybe one of those fillies could end up in the Breeders' Cup someday. You never know. And the Breeders' Cup goes back to 1984. We're going to look back, maybe not too far in some cases. Most memorable Breeders' Cup moment for us three. You have yours out there. What's yours, Gary?
Well, I think live, probably at Churchill Downs, the day that Zenata came in undefeated, 19 for 19, and it was a packed crowd that day, and I think she had like $10 million on her to win. I've never seen a horse have $10 million on a win, and she ran a gallant race, came from the clouds, but got beat by Blame. Just to see the crowd, go thinking she's gonna get it, but just get knocked off. That tells you racing's a tough game. It's not automatic you can get a win. Another favorite of mine probably was back in the day in 1989 when Sunday Silence beat Easy Goer. It was kind of west against east, and Easy Goer beat him in the Belmont, and I stayed with Sunday Silence, and he paid, I think, $5-6 to win that day at Gulfstream, and it was a fabulous race to see the horse from the West, trained by Charlie Whittingham, get the money in a brilliant race with Easy Goer.
Oh, a lot of drama in that race, getting dark at Gulfstream. Sunday Silence ran the turn like he did so well every time. Had a little bit of separation from Easy Goer, and he came roaring in at the finish. It was about a half length, I think, at the end. But that was a great one. I'm going to go back to 1988, Personal Ensign. I had the good fortune of being there, and I was way out in the clubhouse turn in my seats. Churchill has that grandstand that goes almost into the clubhouse turn, and in the far turn, Personal Ensign, trying to end her career undefeated, was some 8 lengths behind the Derby winner, Winning Colors, and the roar of the crowd was tremendous, but when they got to me and galloped out, she was 3 or 4 lengths behind Winning Colors again. I thought, what's everybody so excited about? I know it was a great race. Randy Romero comes back, galloping back the winner's circle, raising his whip. I go, what, he won? And because I was actually rooting for personal ensign, even though I didn't have wagering on her.
She was undefeated in her
Yeah,
life.
I was rooting for her, and she won by a nose, one of the game gallant performances of all time, and I had to watch the replay of that a few times, Matt. How about you?
Well, I have a little bit of a smaller time frame to choose from. I was only born in 1992. But I'm going to go a year earlier than what Gary said when Blame beat Zenyatta. And I'm going to talk about when Zenyatta beat the rest of the field in the 2009 Breeders' Cup. It was just an amazing moment, obviously, a big fan favorite. She was dead last. And what was so amazing about that was how easily it looked like she just ran right by some of the best horses in the country, even the world. You had Gio Ponte, who was an amazing turf horse. They ran that race on synthetic, so you had a few really nice turf horses running there, and she ran it by everybody like it was just another day in the park, another stroll in the park.
Tremendous.
What was Trevor's call? Remember Trevor's call?
This is unbelievable.
That's right.
Because it was.
This is unbelievable. Okay.
It's just amazing. And what was really cool, even more than just the amazing performance and what type of horse she was just being able to see the whole crowd get so excited and join together. No matter who they bet on, it seemed like right there everybody knew they saw something very special.
Exactly. There are so many fantastic stories coming out of that race. It was just, she could have retired undefeated. She could have run in the distaff again and won that and ended her career. But no, Jerry and Ann Moss and John Sheriffs, they said to Mike Smith, Jockey, let's run at 1.25 miles, a distance we've never run at. Let's go against the boys for the first time, something we haven't done. Put it on the line, and that was one great moment in the history of the sport.
I was there that day.
Were you?
Yes, in the grandstand.
I'm jealous.
I'd never seen a grandstand get that loud and just a roar and just the shaking of that old Santa Anita grandstand. And earlier in the day, I saw Jerry Moss and said, hey, when your mare wins, that's a winner's circle down there. Goes, yeah, we go there quite a bit. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Jerry Moss, what a day that was. Zenyatta, the 2009 Breeders' Cup, her only career loss in 2010 at Churchill Downs, one of the all-time greats. Okay, those are some good reminiscences. We'll be back with more on Emerald Downs, Thoroughbred Racing, and Emerald Downs Weekly. Emerald Downs Weekly on CSN, getting ready for another weekend of racing at Emerald Downs. Tomorrow night, Friday night, Fab Friday starts at 6:30, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. And, we've made a tradition since going back to the late 90s, each jockey has their own signature music when they win a race. It's played right after they dismount, kind of a nice little extra here at Emerald Downs. It works well, and Gary came up with this one, or did you, Matt? What would your music be if you were a jockey?
That's all Gary. You came up with this one. I wouldn't make you sing.
Yeah.
He's making us sing.
Since you brought up this topic, you got to go first and sing. Okay. No, you're out of bourbon.
Out of bourbon. Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell.
How's that go?
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Glenn Campbell. Okay.
Yeah,
that
Glenn
would be your
Campbell.
music? Any
Rhinestone
particular
Cowboy.
reason?
I'm not much of a cowboy, but that would make a good impression that maybe I was. Rhinestone Cowboy. It's a good song.
I haven't seen the boots or the hat on you before. But,
You haven't.
Feeling stronger every day. Now.
Who sings that one, Joe?
Chicago. Feeling stronger every day. That's a heck of a song, excuse me. But, it works. And, feeling stronger every day for a jockey, And, does it matter if you're putting on a few pounds? I'm still feeling stronger.
Better get in the hot box, Joe, if you want to ride by Friday night.
Matt, how about you?
I'm going to go with, it's like a rap song for young people. All I do is win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I got money on my mind and I can never give it up, or something like that.
That's good.
It's good. It's got a good rhythm to it.
Okay, that would be your jockey song.
All I do is win, because
I'm surprised nobody uses that here, or do they?
not one single person has used it. Kevin Krieger did.
Okay,
Like
that's
a
right.
rhinestone
Before my time I was
cowboy.
here, but you remember that?
Krieger did? Krieger, yeah, he did. That's right.
He's a winner.
Kevin Krieger, the most recent Emerald Downs leading rider to ride in the Kentucky Derby. Who'd he ride that day? Ooh, Golden Sense.
That's right.
Yeah.
Doug O'Neill.
Okay. Matt was just being polite and let me answer. It looked good because he knew the answer to that. Okay, so jockey music. There's our attempt at singing a little bit. Of course, mine goes back to the 70s, but
You got to work on it a little bit.
Racing oddities. Gary will remember this story. I don't know if you will or not, but it did happen after you were born this time. But in 1997 and 98, a horse by the name of My Constant Star, owned by Terry and Diane Garrison, came into the Gottstein Futurity as a maiden. He won the race at 7-1. But back then, you could challenge steward's rulings. There was a inquiry on race day, as you might remember.
Right.
No change in the order of finish. My Constant Star won it, but that fall, that case went to court, and it was overturned in court. So My Constant Star did not get the $49,500. He got $18,000 for finishing second. He went down to California. He was even placed in a stake at Hollywood Park. He comes back to Emerald Downs in 1998 as a maiden. Didn't win a couple maiden special weight races. Ran in the Emerald Downs Derby at 26-1. He won. First to the wire. So now he's won the Gottstein, but got that taken away. Now he wins the Derby. Well, he had a topical ointment for skin rash, and that was deemed not legal. He got the purse taken away the next week.
He was working at the Seattle Times back in the day.
Yeah.
When that happened. Boy.
$55,000 for first prize. He was disqualified all the way to 9th. Purse money taken away, and the same horse was beneficiary of the win. You remember that, I think.
Yes. Vernon Vader, who came in from Hastings, was disqualified from second on the track and moved back to
on race day.
Race day. So, I Am Busy finished second. Got second money. Then this happens. Well, we got to promote the horse that came in second. That's I Am Busy. Okay, you were the official winner of the stakes race, the Emerald Downs Derby. I Am Busy, trained by the legendary Bud Clockstead, I believe.
That's right.
Yep.
And I Am Busy also was the horse in question in the 97 Gottstein, got moved up to first.
Yes.
So
boy.
I Am Busy got the big money in the Gottstein and the Derby. My Constant Star became a maiden once again. He did eventually break his maiden, Matt. And Danny Sorensen wasn't a regular at Emerald Downs, but he came up to ride My Constant Star each time.
Oh, boy.
Did you know Danny Sorensen at all in Southern Cal?
Let's just say there's a reason why he wasn't that friendly with me, I think now. I think I found out the story there.
Danny, a native of Washington. In fact, I think he went to Edmonds High School, and former leading rider at Long Acres, had an excellent career. He's still riding, as a matter of fact, but he had a couple of rough days, as did the Garrisons, as did My Constant Star. So that's a pretty decent racing oddity, isn't it, Matt?
That's pretty amazing. I haven't heard a story like that. But the good news with this is for owners that are listening to this, if you lose by a nose or you have a bad beat, remember, it could always be worse, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, now you cannot challenge the steward's rulings in court anymore.
That's correct. In fact, I think that year the owner who didn't win the race, they put up $100. That's what it cost. It was $100 go to court. And I was working at the Seattle Times at the time. I said, that seems to be outlandish, where we have stewards, they're paid money, what they deem on the racetrack should be official. And that was changed the very next year, where stewards would decide who wins races out here, and you can't go to court.
He's getting teed off a little bit there. We better change topics.
Like Danny.
Hey, how about racing trivia for this week as well? Name that. Where's my question here? Right here. When was the last time a winless horse for the year won the Long Acres Mile? So you come into the mile, you have no wins for the year, and you win the big one. You win the Long Acres Mile. Whether it was a local horse or a shipper, that's our trivia question on Emerald Downs Weekly. And do you know the answer to that one? Well, we'll have that answer when we come back. And Matt's here, but Matt's going to be in motion as well. We'll be right back on Emerald Downs Weekly. Emerald Downs Weekly, and once again, 8 to 9 every Thursday night, right here on CSN. Joe Withy, along with track announcer Matt Dinnerman and promotions manager Gary Doherty. who was here back on June 20th, 1996, representing the Seattle Times. You pick any winners that day?
I had the first race winner, Strawberry Morn.
Very nice.
Paid $4.20.
Okay. And trivia question, we had it. When was the last time a winless horse for the year won the Long Acres Mile? Just go back to last August. Point Piper had been in some big spots, but hadn't had a win in 2016 until he won last year's mile.
Point Piper was finishing behind runners like Dortmund, top runners at big racetracks, and then he came here and went off at a pretty good price, but he certainly loved the class drop. He was coming out of grade 1s and grade 2s, and boy, did he run good.
Okay, well, that's the answer. Sabretooth also won the 2002 mile without a win in that calendar year to date. Well, this guy is getting around. We got him sitting here for an hour once in a while on Emerald Downs Weekly, but he does get around, doesn't he, Gary?
He does. In fact, he likes to go to the backside and hang out and look for oddities. And this past week, he was all over the backside looking for maybe a feline cat or somebody eating food. And we have a new show now debut that come. Part of the show here. It's called Matt in Motion, and he'll go back and it's got some horse racing in it. It's got lots of different feature items in it. It's kind of a fun little show that they put together last week.
Let's take a look.
Hey, this is Matt in Motion. We're going to take some time to go to the backstretch today. Let's get going.
Wait, how would I hotwire it?
No, it's not turning. It's not turning. Should we just get it from Raffleen?
Stick it in just stick in the tip.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's do this. Let's get a move on. We got places to go, things to see here. This is going to be the greatest day of our lives. This golf cart sounds like crickets. What? Where's Uh-oh. We got to stop for the ducks. Come on, little ducks. It's okay. Come cross the road. It's all right. Mama duck. She's like, you're not messing with my kids. Maybe I'll announce them one day. Go on, come on, Mama duck. Oh, nope, she's getting out of here. All right, we gotta get going. Oh, you know what? We should go to the bullock barn.
Yeah.
I guess they're giving out clams or some people over there eating.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Show me the clam.
Show me the clams. Do you guys still have clams? Yeah. Abby, we heard there was a clam party back here. Where are the clams?
S1 ate them all.
We gotta find S1. We gotta find S1 right now. It's a Mad in Motion. It's a new show. It's
We're gonna win awards for this.
Yep, we're gonna win awards for this show. It's on CSN, NBC. Okay. We got some great info from the townsfolk. Now we gotta find S1. I want some clams. Oh, we should go to the tack shop because that's where his wife is. Yeah, we'll be like, "Where's S1?"
Yes.
Although, where's the tack shop? If anybody knows where S1 is, it's gonna be his wife. We're gonna go investigate right now. All right, where's Kaylee? Where is she? Is she here?
Kaylee's not here, but I am.
Well, that was a disappointment. We're gonna have to keep looking for S1. You know, I pretty much gave up on trying to find S1. I'm going to find him one of these days, and we're going to get some more clams. But let's go see what Howard Belvoir and Barkley are up to. We are here with Howard Belvoir, trainer of Barkley, who is in on Saturday. How's he coming into the race?
He's coming real well, you know. We've had to fight the weather with the track, but everybody that trains here does, so there's no excuses there. So, and I don't know whether he exactly likes the mud or not, but last year he got lucky and never run in it, so we don't really know. So
He's 4 now, and last year, obviously, he was 3, and that's a big change in terms of maturity with horses. Have you seen any sort of differences with, if there's any differences, how he's acted as a 4-year-old compared to as a 3-year-old?
I think he's a little more aggressive. Last year he's just went and did what you want to do, but he'll do anything you want him to do. I think he's more mature, so I think we'll have to see when he runs. But he had a outstanding year, and to copy that, it's tough. So, and he's going to have to hook the older horses and the big boys. So, but he had a good year, so we'll hope for the best.
Well, good luck this year.
Thank you very much, man.
Howard Belvoir, he's ready to go this year. This is Barkley. He's one of the best horses on the backstretch, and you are going to be ready to run. Do you know where S1 went? He doesn't really know where No, that's not the right answer we're looking for, buddy. Yeah, this is not a treat. Nope. My hand is not a treat. You have a good season, Barkley. I gave up on the Clam Fest trying to find S1. Let's go find Sharon Ross's Fat Cat. Kitty, 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 where are you? Hey, Sherm, you know where the Fat Cat is? He doesn't know where the Fat Cat is. Archie Graham, the Emerald Racing Club's Archie Graham, you know where the Fat Cat is? No, this is not a treat, sorry. You know where the Fat Cat is?
The Fat Cat's probably playing around with the horses, having fun.
Guess we gotta ask him where the Fat Cat is. We can't find this cat. We can't find the Fat Cat. I don't know, it's been a rough day here on the backstretch. No, Archie Graham, last year's Emerald Racing Club horse. You know where the Fat Cat is? No, they're not budging. I don't know if this Fat Cat paid him off to not say anything, but Fat Cat's not in there. Do you know where the Fat Cat is? Hey, you. You know where the Fat Cat is? Hey, you. Come on, man. You got to say something here. Nothing, huh? Well, looks like the Fat Cat's locked in. Where's the key? Uh-oh. Let's go find this Fat Cat. Here it is. Here it is. Fat Cat. There's the Fat Cat. Aw, Solo. Hi, Solo. Hi, Fat Cat. There's the Fat Cat. Yeah, Fat Cat. You had a long morning telling the horses what to do, so now you're sleeping, huh? Yeah. We found the Fat Cat. If we couldn't find the clams, at least we found this beautiful Fat Cat. Maybe I can have a cheeseburger with you one day at the quarter shoot. I'm sure you would like that, huh, Solo? Let's go get a cheeseburger. Bye, Fat Cat. Time to chow down on some quarter shoot food. All right, let's demolish this cheeseburger. I'm getting hungry. Bryson, what's up, buddy? One of the only cowboys on the backstretch right here. What are you getting to eat?
K&R splitting a sandwich.
All right, there we go. Splitting the sandwich. That's a good date right there. Well, we didn't find any clams to eat. We didn't find S1, but we found the Fat Cat. We found Barkley. That's it. That's too much work for me. I'm going to chow down on this cheeseburger. Until next time, this is Matt in Motion.
Matt was in motion for sure, and there's other types of animals other than just horses at Emerald Downs. We're finding that out, and they still like you even though you're not even feeding them.
Maybe I should work at a zoo if something happens. If I can't work in the horse racing business for whatever reason, I'm going to be a zookeeper.
He gets around, doesn't he?
He sure did. That was a very fun show.
Matt is going to be in motion throughout the season. Well, that's his gig. We just happened to catch up with him a little bit here on Emerald Downs Weekly. Well, what have you done for me lately? I think Prime Engine was selected by several people last week for the feature race winner, and he was spectacular on Saturday. Racing Friday night, Bud Friday night starts at 6:30, first race, and our feature race with 3-year-olds and upward at 5.5 furlongs, an early short season sprint, claiming price $15,000. Pretty good sprinters in here. Who are you going to go to on Friday night?
You've got a few hard-knocking runners in there. Valid Kiki coming back. He was knocking heads with Barkley and Mach 1 rules before he was put to the sidelines last year. I'm taking the runner drawn right outside of him. Valid Kiki draws the rail. Number 2 is coming in hot from the Blaine Wright stable. This runner hasn't run in quite some time, but what I like about him is he's coming from a barn that excels off of long layoffs. Blaine knows how to get him ready. He has a lot of fast drills there, including a nice 6 furlong, 112 and change drill, 59 and change out of the gate. I think this horse is going to be ready to go. And he was in for $15,000 last time. This is a waiver claiming race. This is $15,000. Again, he is protected, which is a very good sign in my opinion.
That's true. Okay, coming in hot for Matt. How about you in Friday night's feature?
I went with the one horse, Valid Kiki, ridden by Kevin Orozco. Shown good speed in the past. Lucarelli barn. Been out for a while. Speed's always lethal in the first few weeks of the meet. So I'm going to take the one horse, Valid Kiki.
I should have gone first because I'm taking Valid Kiki too. I would have looked a little bit better than jumping on Gary's pick. But Valid Kiki, I think the talent level is pretty darn high on this horse. His career debut, he won on the lead. His first, his win here last year was from a little bit off the pace, so it looks like he's versatile that way. Son of successful appeal, 2 for 4 at this track. We've seen so many horses run well from the one post early in the season, whether they have tremendous speed or not. Kevin Orozco's aboard, and Kevin, the apprentice, is off to a really good start. He is winning at over 20% so far.
He's off to a really good start. Luckily, he's got a good trainer on his side in Frank Lucarelli, who's been giving him a lot of live mounts, and he's really come up with good rides on these live mounts, and you got to give him credit for that. He's putting his horses in the right spots, and Kevin's just going to get better with racing experience. He's got the genes to be a good jockey. His brother Irvin is one of the top riders at Golden Gate Fields. They have a pretty tough colony down there, and Kevin's just going to get better with racing experience, and he's just going to improve. He's got a good agent, and he's getting on a lot of live mounts. He was on Perhaps a Pie, a stakes runner from the Stensley stable, so you're seeing Pacific Northwest trainers are taking note that Kevin's a pretty good rider.
Indeed. Okay. Well, he just made a heck of a choice, or heck of a case for our jockey on our horse, Valid Kiki, who was only beaten, 2.5 lengths by Barkley early last year.
Yes, and in fact, if you can't make it to the track, you can bet this race through NYRA Bets. They're one of our sponsors this year. Every week they have some nice deals where you can get extra money to bet. So NYRA Bets is a place where you can play the horses when you're not at the racetrack.
Okay. Well, keep in mind, Friday night, 6:30, again, live music, beverage specials, the $1,000 horseshoe toss, which is free to sign up for, and, of course, live racing. Gary and I against Matt this week.
Yep.
In the feature race, 5.5 furlong sprint. Matt in Motion is going to continue. You just don't know where you're going to go first when you go to the backside. You know everybody by now, don't you?
Well, I try, that's for sure. I think I know everybody, and we're just going to go around and have fun. That's what it's all about, and absorb all the interesting things that go on to the backstretch. It's like a whole little city back there, so we're going to have a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun and lots of adventures to come, so hopefully folks can tune in and follow along.
How about canoeing in the infield? That could be
That'd
a possibility.
That'd be fun. We just got to keep the water out there long enough.
He's an idea guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is. He's got some good ideas.
Or a kayak, but don't tip over.
You want to race? Maybe you and I.
A little chilly, I think.
Go for it.
We might need a barge to shoot off the fireworks on July 3rd, the way the trend is going.
Oh.
We will get it done, though. The 3rd of July, a tremendous day and night here at Emerald Downs, the fireworks spectacular after the races. That's coming when the weather is going to be nicer than it has been. In fact, we did have our first wet track of the season on Sunday, finally.
We did. It was muddy, and but hey, that's okay. We are lucky that we got those fast tracks, and we might see a lot of fast tracks moving forward in the future. Look behind us. It's a beautiful day out right now, and hopefully we get some more fun days and good weather.
Beautiful paddock at Emerald Downs. Forecast for racing in Western Washington, not too bad for this weekend. Friday and Saturday
Good.
looking pretty good. So once again, first race 6:30 on Friday nights, Fab Fridays. Lots of fun, and weekends at 2 p.m. And we're just a little over a week from the Kentucky Derby. Derby Day action starts at 2 o'clock. Thanks for watching once again. You've been watching Emerald Downs Weekly on CSN. Good night.